Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is one of my weekly chat catch-ups, talking about things that I've been up to and that we've had on in the last few weeks. I have some things to talk about. I don't have a lot of progress that I can share with you. More on that in a moment. Secret. Ooh. Obviously we've had the Pride launch as well, which has just been amazing, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I've got a book that I've just started to read, which is woolly related, so I'll mention that. And yeah, just a bit of a catch up on news and things really. So if you're new here, welcome. I'm Martin. I'm a knitter and crocheter. I describe myself as a knitter who crochets. I'm definitely a better knitter than I am crocheter. I live in Cardiff and I love to chat and share all the things that I'm up to. You are very welcome if you are a new subscriber. There's been a few of you recently, which is lovely to see. So thank you for joining me. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for giving me some more of your time. Thank you for coming back and catching up with me. If you don't yet subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. We're so close to getting to 10,000, which will just be, again, a mind-blowing figure. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. It's free for you to subscribe and helps me to grow my channel. And it's lovely to have you all here. So it is currently Sunday, the 9th of June. I've not long got back from band. We've had a park job. I play in a brass band as well as knit. I like to retire every couple of months and say, I haven't got time, work is too busy, knitting's too busy, and I retire, and then I get dragged back out of retirement. It's been lovely today though. We've had a job in an outdoor job in a park. We played in a Victorian bandstand in Chepstow, which is about just under an hour away from us here in Cardiff. So that's been lovely. So just got back, going to record a quick vlog. It's 6 o'clock on Sunday. So I want to try and get this recorded and up ready for YouTube tomorrow. Mark is here. You may have seen him just walk in. We've had some friends stay for the weekend. They've just gone home. So he's just walked them out. Yeah, it's been a bit of a busy weekend, but it's been lovely. So nice. So I guess I don't have any finished objects. I do have one finished object, but I can't show you. It's to do with a super secret test knit. So I do have a finished object that I can't show you, talk to you about. And I don't really have a lot of other knitting to share. I will talk about what I'm going to be knitting on in the next week. In a moment, but I think this will be a short-ish video just to check in and say hi. I tried to do these weekly this year and it's been going okay. I'd only missed a couple until like the last 6 weeks, and then I've kind of got out of the habit of just trying to diarise and chat about what I've been up to, because I was doing a lot of the Pride projects and it was really difficult to keep up to date with all the things I needed to finish for the Pride launch and talk to you. You can't just come in. You've got to come pay the mark tax. Come and say hello. He's now sighing. You know they like to see you. Just come and say hi. There he is. Hi. This is Mark, if you don't know him. This is my other half who lives in Cardiff with me. Hello. Hi. Hi. You don't have to stay if you don't want to. Bye. Bye. I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I got out of the habit of blogging and just can you tell I've had a really busy day? We were also up drinking rum until 2 a.m. Don't feel hungover, just feel a little bit tired. So it's my way of like just checking in or chatting to you. Checking. Are you going to reveal like the ironing board is out? Like behind the scenes, this is real life. So yeah, it's just been a bit of a full-on couple of weeks. But I just want to pause and thank you so much to everyone who has liked, shared, commented on the Pride draw that I'm running. And a big thanks especially to all of you who have entered the draw. I set a target of £500 and I set a stretch target of £750. And I thought, I want to raise as much money as I can, but I want to be realistic. And we're in a cost of living crisis in the UK. There's lots of stuff happening around the world. And I tried to set the price point low to enter the raffle. £2 is the minimum entry. If you enter with if you donate a higher amount of money, you get more tickets and more entries into the draw. And I wanted to try and do that and keep it low, but I didn't expect that we would be on the 9th of June and be approaching £4,000. Like, honestly, I'm absolutely blown away. And it's just, I can't believe it. So I said, just a big thank you from me to everybody out there who has engaged and interacted. And as I said in the launch video, if you're not able to actually donate, that's absolutely fine. A like, a comment, a share, just something to raise awareness for the Terence Higgins Trust and the charity that we're raising money for, or the Pride draw would be supremely welcomed. And yeah, I can't get over. I'm a very happy little bear at the moment with how that's gone, because it's raising money for an important cause and a really important charity here in the UK, the Terence Higgins Trust. And that's the most important bit. I've made these items. I have some other donated items that you can win the prizes, which is a huge thing, that, you know, people can win handmade items, and some handmade items that I've made, and some amazing gifts donated by other makers, like the shawl by Max and Vincent from Legasson, and the now no longer in print hardback Ed's Menagerie books by Carrie Lord of Toft. There's some amazing prizes, which is great, but ultimately it's about raising money and sharing the work of the Terence Higgins Trust. So that is just phenomenal. So we've still got the rest of June, because the Pride draw is going to run until the 30th of June. So there's still plenty of time. If you want to get involved and you've not yet got involved, there's still plenty of time for you to enter. I'm going to link in the description box below the video with the launch, where I show off all of the details. I talk more about the charity and the things that I've made, and I'll also put a link to the crowdfunder in there as well. So if you want to know more about the draw and the raffle that you can enter and the amazing prizes, please go and check them out. But I will mention it again later in the month, but just a huge thank you from me to you for all of the love and support that you've given. It's been a huge community effort already, just within 9 days. I think I've increased my stretch target now 3 times. I think I may be on the 4th. I've now set it at 5,000 because we're at 3,800, I think, as I record this. Wowzers. And every time I increase it, like, I wake up the following morning and we've done it. So I've set it at 5,000. So that's a bit more of a stretch now. And you know, if we got to that, yeah. So thank you. It's really humbling that you've all embraced it in that way and kind of shown up as the Knit 365 community, which has just been amazing. So yeah, thank you very much. So more on the Pride draw in the videos and the link below if you want to go and check that out. So where are we? I have been working on a secret test knit. I can't talk to you about it, I'm afraid. When I can talk to you about it, I think you're going to love it. I was like, and that's all I'm going to say. I will give you one spoiler-ish. I'm using a few different colours, and I'm not editing that out. If you're new here, I try not to edit my videos too heavily, and you get me warts and all. So if you're wanting a bit of a spoiler, I'm using a few different colours. This is one of them. It's my colour. I love a yellow. I love a grello. Is that a clue? A bit of grey and yellow, maybe? Who knows? But there are multiple colours, and this is one of the colours. And that's all I'm going to tell you. So I can't tell you anymore. So I have nearly finished the test knit. I say I finished, I've nearly finished. So the rest of this week, I will be finishing off that test knit. And then weighing my yarn and filling in the measurements and checking my gauge and all the rest of it. So I can't really talk to you much about that project, I'm afraid. But all I can say is, oh, you're in for a treat. I'm not even going to tell you the designer or the maker. It's a super secret test knit, and I'm so lucky to be part of it. And yeah, it's going to be great. So I have that to finish. I've got a bit of a crazy week. So I'm not sure how much knitting I'm going to get done. So it's Sunday today. This week, we are very fortunate. On Tuesday night, we're going to see Pink, the artist, in Cardiff. Like, we've seen her a few times. I think, honestly, hands down, my favourite artist to see live. So we're going to see Pink on Tuesday night. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm in Leeds with work. And then Friday, it is Saturday is our best friend's wedding. Reen and Claire are getting married. I'm so happy for them and so excited to be part of their wedding. I'm Reen's best man. Mark is an usher. It's going to be like, I'm so excited for the wedding. So Friday afternoon, we go to the hotel. So I have a lot of things this week. I've got work Monday, Tuesday, Pink Tuesday night, work Wednesday, Thursday, but in Leeds. So I've got a 4-hour train ride there and back. Wedding prep things on Friday, wedding then Saturday, and probably a hangover on Sunday. So I've got my test knit to finish, but I'm not really sure then what else I'm going to get to work on. So I have got 2 projects to share with you. Both projects you've seen before, but both projects then, can I make some progress on them in the week? Who knows? You'll have to come back next week to see how much progress I've actually made. So one of them is my sock that I'm making, which is the honeycomb socks, painted honeycombs, I think, which is a pattern by Stephen West of West Knits. This is in yarn by Gemma of The Little Grey Girl, and it is a pink fade set that she has dyed up. You've seen these before. If you want to know more about them, they'll go back and watch some of the previous videos and you'll hear a little bit more about them. These were going to be for Mark. He has really small feet, and usually on a Stephen West sock, to get gauge, I have to go down a needle size. So I didn't swatch with these. I just went down a needle size, and they don't fit. So they are too tight here, and he can't get it. He can just about get it over the top of his foot, the instep, I think. And yeah, they're really tight, and we worry that actually there's not a lot of give, and he might end up ripping them. So not to worry, these are going to become a sample for Gemma, because it's new yarn that she's got. She's only just launched this at shows. I don't even think it's on the website yet, but you can hopefully see in the video this much more vibrant pink up here into this more reddy pink down here, and there are other colours. It's like a 6-colour fade. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some more work done on this. So I'll just finish this sock up. It'll be a perfect sample for Gemma at shows on her stand, to show how the colours all work together. I needed the needles, though, for this for another project. And until I finish that project, I can't go back to this because I don't have any more 2mm needles. So when I finish that project, no connection, then I will go back to finish these. So I might get some work done on that this week. I mentioned I'm away with work Wednesday, Thursday. I've got a 4-hour train ride up Wednesday and a 4-hour train ride back Thursday. A sock is a perfect train knit because I can knit. If I get someone sit next to me on a crowded train, I can still knit. It's a really easy pattern to memorize. So I really hope I can get this going by Wednesday. So we will see, but I'm hoping to try and make some progress on these. We will see. If I don't make progress on those, the other project then that I'm going to try and make some progress on is my MCAL, so my Mystery Knit Along, which is another Stephen West pattern, which is my Geogradient? I think it's the Geogradient shawl from last year's MCAL. Why can I not remember that? If it's not Geogradient, I'll pop it on screen. I think it's Geogradient. So I've made one of these already. I did it during the make along and I made one for Mark. I'm looking there, it's over there. I wanted to try and challenge myself and make two during the MCAL, but for all the varying reasons and the redesign and the restart of the pattern, I didn't get to finish. I got behind, and I think rightly so, because I restarted along with Stephen. But that means mine hasn't really made any progress at all. So I need to make some progress on this. So I've done the first section, and for my central start, I've gone for this lovely crochet granny start. And then I've done the first, so we take the square from week 1 and we turn it into a diamond. So a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, I picked this back out and I did that side. So I now have to pick it up and do that side. I'm holding it like this. I wasn't going to show you because you're going to think I'm an idiot, but I will show you. I've just pulled the stitches off. I remembered I needed the needle. What did I need the needles for? I needed the needles to make my Do Not Disturb Pride shawl for my Pride collab. And I took the needles off and I just realised I've grabbed this out of the bag and both ends are on live cords with no stoppers. So I need to rescue these stitches. So I'm going to leave this like this. And I will rescue the stitches as soon as I finish this. But I'm hoping I might be able to make some progress on this. If I can't work on my sock on the train, I will try and work on this. It's kind of still portable at the moment because it's just this big. It's easy to sit in my lap. And this clue is just eyelet rows. So it's just knitting and purling, and then yarn overs to create the eyelets. So I actually think it's not a bad project to take on the train, and because the rows are really long, it's kind of really mindless. I can listen to a podcast. I love a political podcast. We're going into the general election here in the UK. We absolutely will not talk politics. Everyone is entitled to their own views on which political party you support. I would absolutely encourage everybody to go and vote. It's a democratic thing. I think it's really important. Whoever you vote for you to vote. It's the best way of trying to understand how the country wants to vote. This is a tangent I didn't think we were going on. So you do you, I do me. That's absolutely fine. But I love a political podcast at the moment. And because we're in the general election, all my favourite podcasts. So I really love the News Agents podcast, which I listen to every day. And the rest is politics. And now electoral dysfunction. Yeah, it's great. So I'm really looking forward to going away. I've got all my podcasts lined up and 8 hours of knitting. So one of these two is going to get some progress made on them. I'm assuming it's going to be this one. But we'll see how much progress I can get before I get these needles back the rest of tonight and tomorrow. But I'm hoping, I really want to try and get this done now over the summer. So this has got to be finished before the MCAL. I want it done. I'm not starting the next MCAL. And the collaboration with Irina and all of that fun stuff will be back when the Mystery Knit Along rolls around in October. But I've got to get it done, yeah. Like, these ones have actual stitch holders. Why did I not do that? If you've never seen that before, I'm using yarn by Punk Rock Unicorn, I think it is. This is one of the official MCAL kits from Stephen and Penelope. So that is the yarn that I'm using. I think it's B, C, D. And then I also picked up this ball of fluff, which is a little bit more like a tealy colour, but I think it works so well. So in the pattern, on this section, so it kind of, I replaced colour C with the fluff. Mark didn't have any suri in his. He's not a fan. I really love suri. I think it's just so soft. So I replaced colour C in this section. And I think it really tones down the colours and makes it a little bit more like dirty and a little bit more grubby. So very excited by that. So I'm going to rescue that. I'm going to put it down. And I do this not all the time, but there are often occasions when I'm waving things around and people are in the comments like, why have you not got stitch markers, needle stoppers? I don't know why I haven't. Because I like to live on the edge. I like picking up stitches. So I like to live dangerously. And then, did I knock the camera then? Sorry if I did. Yeah, awkward. So I'm going to fix that in a minute. So one of those two projects are going to get some love in this week. And yeah, I think that's it. I mentioned a book. Ellie recommended me this book. So if you've been here for a while, Ellie of Tidin Bryn, we did a collaboration from sheep to skein. Ellie is a Welsh sheep farmer. She breeds and rears her own flock of sheep. She's got about 30 sheep that she raises purely for the fleece. So she takes so much care and love over the flock. They get shorn once a year, and then her fleeces get sent off to a local mill. They get spun and sent back to Ellie, then she dyes them. So all the wool that Ellie produces comes from her sheep or from fleeces that she gets from her neighbours in her local area. Ellie mentioned this book when I went down to see her, and I finally got round to ordering it. So this is A Short History of the World According to Sheep. And it kind of it's almost like a history guide. Let me read you the back actually. So it says, from the plains of ancient Mesopotamia to the vast sheep farmers of modern day Australia, sheep have been central to the human story. Since our Neolithic ancestor first forayed into sheep rearing nearly 11,000 years ago, these remarkable animals have fed us, clothed us, changed our diet and language, and financed the conquest of large swathes of the earth. Sally Coulthard weaves this fascinating story into a vivid and colourful tapestry of engaging anecdotes and extraordinary ovine facts, whose multiple strands celebrate just how pivotal these woolly animals are to almost every aspect of human society and culture. So Ellie recommended it and I picked it up online. So I'm going to start reading this as well, because I think I love all things wool, as you know, and I think it's a really interesting way of looking at history. So I'm going to start reading it. I've not read it yet, but I'm mentioning it now for this week because I have my long train journeys. Thursday's journey home is after a full day of work and meetings. So I'm on the train 5:45, I think, Thursday night, which means I don't get home until just gone 10 o'clock. I need to come straight back though because of the wedding. This week is going to be a crazy week. But if I then get to the train, I'm like, I can't really knitting. I've got a book, so I can keep myself occupied on the train. So I'll keep checking in every now and then with this. I'm not a very fast reader. I can read. I'm a good reader, I think, but I don't make much progress because usually if I've got time to just sit down and read, I'm usually knitting. So I need to try and work out at some point. So don't expect this to become a book review channel or expect that you're going to get this finished by next week and I can give you a review of would I recommend it. Yeah, it's been recommended to me. Have you read it? Do you know anything about it? Please let me know. Which way up? Yeah, that way up. Please let me know if you've read it and what you think. And I will report back. But I said it won't be a quick report. You know what I mean. Right. I'm going to wrap this video up. I told you it would be short-ish. Yeah, 25 minutes, and under half an hour. We like these weekly ones under half an hour. We like a short, snappy. So it is just a check-in. I said the biggest thank you for the prize draw. That was really why I wanted to check in. And then actually, I want to get back in the habit of keeping myself accountable, because I like these weekly formats. And I say, I'm going to work on these projects. And I'll get halfway through the week, I'm like, I haven't knit anything yet. So I've got to have progress, because I want you to be proud and to like see what I'm knitting. And so you go, yep, well done. You said you were going to do that and you did it. So you folks here in the community hold me accountable. So I want to get those projects underway. So we'll see what happens next week. I don't know why I'm dancing. So yeah, it's 6:45 now. So we're going to have something to eat. Have a little sit down before the working week starts tomorrow. It's late already. And relax. We're having some time off in a couple of weeks, and we've got some weekends we're doing nothing. This week has been earmarked. I'm sure you folks have it, that you're going to have some weeks and you do nothing at all, and then some weeks everything feels like it comes at once. Like we had we had the wedding booked in, and then we had Pink booked in, and then work wanted me to travel to go to a meeting. I was like, oh, does it have to be? Can we not? No. So it's like this week has been on my horizon for a couple of weeks, and I'm like, oh, and now it's finally here, and I'm like, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It will be fine. And as my t-shirt says, if you've seen the t-shirt before, it'll all get done. All these projects will get done at some point. I want to finish my shawl. I feel like I'm a bit itchy for the West knit shawl. So I really want to like get going and get that finished. Yeah. We can do it. So let me know in the comments below. Have you read the book? What are you working on? What have you been doing? Let me know. I love reading the comments. I try to reply to some of them. There's a lot of them sometimes, and it can take a while. So I know, I've said before, I don't always have the capacity to reply to every comment, but I promise you that I read every comment. And if you ask specific questions about projects, patterns, help, guidance, I will always try and reply to those comments. So thank you very much for being here and engaging. It's the biggest thanks on the prize draw. Still plenty of time. If you haven't yet entered and you want to enter, you can enter all the way up to the 30th of June, and you'll have as equal chance as everybody at winning one of the amazing prizes that we've got. Yeah, it's just been wonderful. So please have great weeks, everyone. Let me know what you're up to in the comments below. Let me know what you're working on. Give this video a thumbs up, a subscribe. Let's see if we can get to 10,000 by the summer. That would be amazing. Yeah, I've got all this energy. I don't know why. Maybe I need to go for a run. It's 7 o'clock on a Sunday. I'm not going for a run now, but I feel like, oh, come on. Anyway, right, I'm going. Let's wrap this up. So thank you very much for being here. I'll be back next week with another video, hopefully not too hungover on Sunday. If there's no video on Monday, you know the wedding was boozy and I haven't had a chance to record a video. Hopefully I will. I'll be back next week and we'll chat about the wedding. I'll maybe show some photos of Mark and I in our suits, looking all fancy. And I'll check in on my progress on my projects. So thank you very much for being here. Until we speak again, happy crafting.